Doc, let me ask you this, Doc. You know, the Earth goes through cycles, and you say there's never been a time when man has not been. Like you mentioned earlier, this being a movie or a stage or something like that. If this is a movie, Doc, and the bad guys, some people I think they say Elijah. Somebody say that the Europeans been around for no more than 8,000 years. If they're playing the bad guy during this Kali Yuga, who was the bad guy 3 Kali Yugas ago? Does he resurface every Kali Yuga, or do we have a new bad guy that pops up on the scene to make this shit an interesting movie? Who was the last bad guy, Doc?
There you go, us. Ooh, us. When we started doing what he's doing, experiment.
Right.
See what I'm saying? When you weren't satisfied that you were already God. It's I said something to my wife. I said, God creates man, and then when man is sophisticated enough, man creates God.
Whew. There you go.
Look around you. We're building edifices to what? Myths. This Jesus Christ dude, who is he? Well, he came down from heaven, a great white man with a beard, had a son through what? An angel? The angel came down and did the do-wop-a-diddy with her? Because the real story was that when Joseph went to the so-called house to get a wife, she was already pregnant. Right. And she was supposedly pregnant by one of the Roman soldiers. That's a story you ain't never heard of, did you?
No.
Right. Well, see, we just left. What happened? 25th? What most people don't know. What happened? We didn't go. The sun does a spin. I keep telling you. It spins ahead above us, right? As it's spinning above us, it goes from the part where we are in the north, the Tropic of Cancer, and then it widens and then ends up down at the Tropic of Capricorn. Back then, when the sun was at the 21st of this month, on the 21st of this month, it stopped its travels down towards the end of the dome. What did it do? It stopped. And, like every day from the 21st of June, it starts going back and widening its circle and going further south, further south, further south. It stops going further south on the 21st of December. It just stays there, and it rotates around for 3 days. At the end of 3 days, on the 25th, it then starts its movement right back up to the north. Now, what our ancestors did was, after watching it for 25,000 years, we said, well, let's just, our science is about being natural. Let's just weave a story around it. We have a savior. It's going down into the crypt, or it's in the manger, or it's there in the tomb. It stays down there for 3 days and then rises again. But let's weave that together, not only with his death, but with his life. So on the 21st, it stops. And for 3 days, it just stays there. It doesn't go any further south. On the 25th, all of a sudden, as the Virgo, the sign, is rising, and as Perseus, which is the angel they talked about, is showing the way to the 3 wise men, which are the 3 stars of Sirius, we weave that into a big story that the white man says, oh, look at the Virgin Mary, Virgo, gives birth to the Son of God, and the sun now rises out of the crypt after 3 days being dead. Now, being dead can also be that the sun is at its weakest, because what? What happens? Your days are real short. Your nights are longer. It means that whatever's happening with it, the sun is at its weakest. So as it's coming up, the angel, which is Perseus, is pointing the way for the sun to actually start its journey back up. And of course, the 3 wise men come on the 25th. It's pointing the 3 wise men to the manger, which is essentially where the sun now is born again. It's all bullshit. It's all what we call astrotheology. It is we dealing with the signs, the script that the Most High gave us, the hieroglyphics of the sky that our ancestors interpreted into story form, that these jackasses made into a religion.